What's up, guys? Matty Miller, Pursuit Real Estate here, and today we are going to give you 4 strategies to buy a home in Jacksonville. If you are a buyer and you've been waiting for the right time to buy here in Jacksonville, well, good news, guys. It's April of 2026, and the ball is officially in the buyer's court. This is turning into a buyer's market more by each day, or trying to get an advantage, and we're going to talk about a few of those advantages that you can have as a buyer, knowing the market and dealing with somebody who's been doing this and understands what's happening. So we're going to break those 4 strategies down right now. So strategy number 1, and this is kind of counterintuitive because it's a buyer's market, insinuating that you have more time, but the people that are winning the deals are being aggressive and being quick. And again, and what I mean by that is right now there's a lot of people that they're sellers that maybe they're vacant home and they're paying a mortgage on it. So if you're quick to act, a lot of the times, if you're the first deal that comes in and it's a fairly decent price, you will get the opportunity to negotiate that, whether it's closing cost, whether it's price, 5-10% off the listing price. In some cases that may work. Obviously we'd pull comps, but be aggressive, be quick. And again, it's a lot of these people are bleeding money every month. If you are looking for something and you're serious, know what you're looking at, act quickly. So that's one thing. Number 2, this is a big one with new buyers, especially first-time buyers. Kind of we call it the zip code drill down or the neighborhood drill down of like, hey, figure out where you want to be. Jacksonville is a massive city. So where people get stuck is they're looking at properties in multiple different areas and they're trying to compare and contrast them, which all of those different areas come with different pricing strategies as well. So, Riverside may be different than Arlington. Arlington may be different than the South Side. St. Johns County is different than Fleming Island. So if you know kind of where you want to be, that will help you figure out where you can get the most for your money and where you're going to be happy in doing so. So understanding where you want to be, big key. That'll allow you to act quickly as well, because you'll know that, hey, these are the 4 or 5 properties in my area that I'm really looking for. I've looked at those. So now I'm waiting on the next ones to come on. So when that does come on, you can act quick. So those do work hand in hand. Another thing, when it comes to deals, strategy number 3, 30-day listing strategy. In other words, we have some people that are really want to try to get a deal. And statistically speaking, anything listed after 21 days is probably not going to sell for list price. Bottom line. So what we can do as agents is we can look at properties that have been on the market for 30 days, 60 days, whatever. Those are typically identifying someone who is probably in a little bit of a panic because they're not selling their house. So they may be willing to negotiate a little bit more. So if you're really looking for a deal, we can look at properties that have been on the market for an extended period of time. We can break that down to 30, 60, 120, whatever you want. So that is another one to keep in mind. And lastly, and strategy number 4, I wouldn't call this necessarily a strategy per se, but just kind of where you're at with a buyer right now. You are the negotiator at this point. The seller doesn't have as much power as they had in years past. Insurance cost. Everybody's been talking about Florida insurance for a long time. A couple big ones. Roof. That's probably the one we're seeing the most. We just got a buyer under contract a little bit ago and said, hey, listen, that roof is 14 years old. We're going to need to replace it here soon. And we basically said, hey, we'll give you a price. It wasn't even an asking price, and they're putting a new roof on. Understand that you can negotiate those things, and sellers likely will do it. So you'll get a new roof, you'll get an affordable insurance plan. You should be able to get that for home for what you want. And it might even come with concessions. You never know. If you're a buyer, first-time buyer, got a property to sell, want to buy something else, let us know. It's definitely a buyer's market here in Jacksonville. And we're excited because it's more balanced than it has been in a long time. So there's opportunities out there for you to score as a buyer. And if you guys have any questions over that, my name is Matty Miller with Pursuit Real Estate, and happy house hunting.